On this Tuesday's episode of In the Box, a hockey card show, I am dipping into the topic of grading. That's my imitation of D'Lo Brown. And in this card segment, 6 packs, Scott completely caught me off guard with a card I never would have expected to get. It's time to get pumped up. This episode is starting right now. Welcome back to another Tuesday's edition of In the Box, a hockey card show, episode number 40 in this series. And today's topic is quite interesting, if I do say so myself. But I also realize how divided this particular topic is. I don't think that there's more against it than for it. I do notice that over the past several months, especially throughout the whole pandemic, the views on it have changed significantly. Although by no means am I a pro at this specific topic, I do have my insight, as do most people. I'm talking about grading. Oh, that's the magic word. To some people, it's the end-all, be-all. And then you got the other crew over here that's kind of like, I don't really see what the attraction is at all. To which usually the diehards have to come back with, I don't collect nothing but graded cards. Graded cards is everything. It's everything. If you don't have graded cards, you don't have nothing. Calm down, Lewis. You're giving me a headache. To be quite honest, I really don't have very many graded cards in my collection. If I do have a graded card, or two, or a few, or any, they likely came in through a collection. I have never, ever sent out to get a card graded. So please don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like graded cards. However, I don't see the appeal. Let me put it a little bit into perspective. Yeah, I'm going back to another Facebook post. Calm down, Lewis. This collector decided to get a Curtis Joseph rookie card graded. And we all know that Curtis Joseph rookie card was, of course, in the 90s. The grade actually came back pretty good, so he decided to post it to show everyone because, hey, he was happy about it. Between you and me, we kind of already know what the comments were like. You had one side that was like, why would you get a card like that graded? What is the point of getting a card like that graded? It's not worth anything. It's not going to be worth anything more. Oh my God, just wasting the greatest time. It's all you did, and it backs everybody else up that has more expensive cards. Duh! Then we had these guys. Well, he probably got it graded because he just wants to protect it. It's his favorite player, and maybe he's just wanting something that's gonna stay true in his collection. And then we have the guys kind of in the back, kind of trying to yell so everybody in the front can hear him. Yeah, the only reason why someone should get something graded is if, one, it's going in their collection. Hey, shut your mouth. I can hear you from back here. I'm trying to talk. Okay. And the other reason is if you're trying to just sell it. The only 2 reasons that are valid in grading. Because me and my crew said so. Quite honest, I actually think those are 2 pretty valid points. There is definitely no shortage of graded cards on the market, because it sure as heck is not a mystery the amount of people that are sending in their cards to get graded just to resell. I know a couple of people that have gotten their cards graded, but it's specifically just intended for their collection. They just want to make sure it's well protected. Whatever the reason may be why somebody gets something graded is entirely at their discretion, and really, it's nobody's business. And like anything, the cost does bother some people, while others, it just does not. However, I do understand that there's some kind of a premium cost with specifically PSA. I don't know. As I said, I've never gotten anything graded, so I'm kind of just learning this from other fellow collectors. As we all know, because of the whole pandemic thing, all the grading companies were completely backed up. Overnight, a bunch of grading companies came to life. But it completely baffles me because the average collector would often go to, a reputable grading company, such as Beckett or PSA. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's a professional. Huh? 10. Oh, I dropped it. 9 now. Please bear in mind, I am not speaking about any particular grading company. With the amount of people that were submitting their cards to these basically no-name graders, it just seemed to me that maybe people just wanted their cards in slabs. There is absolutely no way that some no-name grade A card grading company decided to put a 10 on a unknown athlete's card grade and people went ape crazy over it. I have seen some slabs outside of Beckett and outside of PSA of these companies I've never, who? Ain't it funny how they're always 9s or 10s? Every time. Actually, well, maybe that makes sense, because why would somebody bring in a damaged card? Yeah. I may not have very many cards that are graded in my collection. However, I am a little fussy on some of the slabs. Oh, I'm not the only one on that one. Like the slabs that are no thicker than maybe 5 sheets of paper. Yeah, no. I prefer something a little heftier. To each their own that enjoy getting their cards graded. That's awesome. Really great. Kudos to you. But I simply could not imagine that every grade is going to be consistent. Over the years, I have heard so many complaints about it. Getting cards graded are often done by, of course, us humans. Many collectors that I have come in contact with have had their insight on this. Like, the guy can be in a great mood, looks at the card and thinks, wow, what a nice card. I'm gonna grade it at 9.5. Same guy, same grader. Decides, you know what? He's not so much in a good mood. Today, he's not on the right side of the bed. His wife smacked him upside the head this morning because he didn't take out the garbage. So now he's in a bad mood. Looks at the same card, which may be even better condition than the first card, and says 8.0. I am definitely not going to say anything in regards to how valid that may or may not be. I think the best example for this are the people that send out to get a card graded. And when they get the card back, they didn't necessarily like the grade. So not only did they just waste their time and their money, but now they're going to do it all over again. Snap it open, take the card out, resubmit it. And there have been so many that have shown that getting the card graded a second time often got the grade higher. How the heck is that possible? I'd like to see the cards that were resubmitted and came back with a lower grade. I'm sure I'm probably the only one laughing. You're a freaking jerk, man! You're a freaking jerk! For the sake of actually having cards graded, would I like to do something like that? I think so, possibly. However, I think in my case, I'm more geared towards putting cards in a sleeve rather than the actual grade. And what's really interesting about that is that there is a gentleman I have crossed paths with that actually does sell slabs. No grading. He just sells the slabs. Now that's pretty cool. However, I would assume that the slabs are probably very similar to One Touches, simply because he sends you the slabs, you pretty much put it in there yourself and then seal it. I think it is a safe bet that when you seal these specific slabs, they're probably very easily to open once again. So they're not entirely sealed completely shut to the point where you can't get into them again. It is still a cool concept. Now, what kind of host would I be to bring up this topic and not really have anything to really show for it? So I did some digging around. So here are a few graded cards that I have in my possession at the moment. So here I have a Beckett grading, as you can see right there. And the slab is okay. It's relatively thick, but I'm not entirely sure who that is. It's not a rookie card by any means. It's graded a 10, and maybe it is a 10, but really? Like, I don't know. You're gonna grade a base card? This one kind of cracked me up when I first saw it. I have two cards here, actually, and they are, of course, again, a baseball. We have a Ken Griffey Jr., which is an insert, Toronto All-Star Game. We have a Luis Gonzalez. This one's actually his, I think it might be considered his rookie card. But these were both graded 10s from a company called Mint Grading Service. I've never heard of them. I mean, I'm not into grading, so maybe that does make sense that I would never have heard of them. So I sit here trying to show you the label, which is nothing fancy by any means. And the back basically has a barcode with their logo. Not necessarily a fan of how thin these are, because I'm pretty sure if I put a bit of strength into trying to bend these, I'm pretty sure I'd crack it. But the cool thing is that they do interlock into one another, so that's pretty neat if you have a whole stack of them. Now, you know these aren't mine because once again we got another two baseball cards. GMA grading. These both graded a 9. Andrew Vaughn and Alek Manoah. I feel these are exactly the same type of slabs as the previous one we were just looking at. This label's not any more fancy by any means. It's pretty plain and simple. However, the back of theirs has their logo with some QR codes on it. Are QR codes still a thing? This one is a little bit more fancy, and I feel like I've heard of this one. I don't believe they're highly reputable. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Pretty cool card, actually. And this is from a company called Overtime Grading. Now, their label looks very, very similar, in my opinion, to PSA. On the back, they also have a QR code with a cool little hologram with their logo on it. But wouldn't you know, it's graded a 9. Slab is a little thin. Feels like it might be a little thicker than the previous two. Now, although this next one is not necessarily a graded card, but I think it comes close enough. From Beckett, this is actually a card that was put in a slab for Panini America. Pretty cool label. The world's most trusted source in collecting is what it says on the back. And their slabs are actually thick. Like, look at that. Like, I can try to put force on that, and that ain't bending, baby. Can you imagine if that just broke? Now, I'm not that strong. I'm a weakling. This slab is from SGC. This is actually the oldest of all of these, from 2007. It is a Gem 10. Pretty interesting card. It's a mini of Layla Ali. And last on my list is, once again, not technically a graded card, but this one comes from MNT. I feel like over the past several years, their reputation has gotten much, much better. Their slabs are actually pretty darn thick, and I would say they're pretty nice. Even their labels are pretty nice. Now, however, as I mentioned before, this is technically not a graded card. It's a Connor McDavid NHL logo crest. There's no grade on it. Somebody just say, hey, can you put this in the slab? And they did it. I have no idea. MNT grading. If I was able to get slabs like this for some of my cards, I think I would be more than satisfied with that. Once again, I'm sure I could probably try to bend this and nothing's going to be happening. However, when I do take a closer look at the very top, it does look like there's a bit of a space there that looks like I could probably prop this open. I didn't touch on every single thing that I possibly could have spoken about in regards to grading. Personally, grading is not for me. And there had to have been some times where the grading worth more than what the person probably got for the card that he had graded. And I know that's happened because I've seen it happen just last week. Poor dude. The card sold for like $20 graded. I don't even think that covered the cost of actually getting the card graded. To each their own. Perhaps in a later episode we can dip into it a little bit more. But right now, we gotta get into some cards, baby! Let's get that card cam turned on and get started. Let's go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Any older viewers recognize that theme? Okay, I didn't do it justice by any means, but I'm sure you know where I was going with that. That was a pretty cool show back in the day. Now, it was kind of not really the show that I watched growing up, but we did have like this retro station that played all kinds of stuff from the 70s and whatnot and the 80s. So, believe it or not, I did catch a few of those episodes. Welcome back, Cotter. Yes, very cool show. Very young John Travolta. Okay. We know what we are here for. So once again, I did grab some random packs from the parcel sent in from Scott. We're not going to keep you waiting any longer. Let's just dip into these right now. Making an episode as I wait to hear back. I have to go pick someone up and bring them home. Bring them home. So in the meantime, let's get into this. We have got some Summit from Pinnacle. It's good old Paul Coffee. Now this is a variation. I can't recall what the name of the variation is. And it's not written on the back. So I don't recall. I think this stumped me on a previous episode as well. Right. I'm like, I don't recall what this subset is called, but I guess we could just call it the foil variation for now, just so we have a name for it. We have got a star rookie Peters. It's from the CHL. It looks like I don't know if that's a silver or if that's just a regular. I think that's just a regular. Some more CHL star rookies. I don't necessarily really believe these are rookie cards. Like, I don't think they're really truly defined as a rookie card. But they are part of the set regardless. More star rookies. Now, I know I have the majority of this particular set, but I am missing the rookies, which is funny because I did mention that not that long ago. And go figure, now I'm getting them in this lot. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh. You guys remember that episode? I was like, this is not an appealing parallel card at all. It really isn't. But I will still try to put it together as I do with most of these, the majority of them anyways. And this good old draft report. I remember saying we never really paid attention to the players, so let's take a look and see who we have. That looks like Bondra. Is that not Bondra? Am I like losing it or something? Washington. That is Bondra. Why is he not on here? Why is he not in the back? It says Chris Beach on it. I am so stumped right now. I've never really paid much attention to these cards. But that's Bondra. Why does it say Chris Beach? Drafted first, 7th overall. Okay, either they made a mistake or I don't know what the frick's going on. All right. We got another one here. Another one. Let's go further down here. All right. Let's go further down. Let's see. Like, I know, for instance, what the frig is going on here? So So I know that's the leg one. I'm positive of that. That's Friesen. That's Jeff Friesen right there. Jeff Gilson? What is going... Oh, wait a minute. I think I just had a data moment. Yeah, I think I figured it out. I think so. But I'm not going to say anything because I might make myself look more like a fool. So we ain't going to do that. We're going to... And this image here, take a look at this. Does that not look stretched? Is it just me or does that look stretched? Because to me, that looks stretched. They probably screwed up putting the card together. Go, oh, and they couldn't. Maybe the undo button was blanked out, and they just left it like that. But to me, that looks awfully stretched. Oh man, It looks like we got a good chunk of these draft reports here. A lot of the same players as well. Some Udi portraits. Missing. I checked my checklist for these. I'm missing one. And I bet you this isn't the one. No, it's not. It's a low number. I think it's like 17 or something like that. It's a low number in the teens. Curtis Joseph and my reflection. That makes you want to just buy the card, doesn't it? From Donruss, this is Masked Marvels. Now, this originally had a protective, not sleeve, but protective film on it. And of course, it was removed. But it still seems to be in really great shape. Like, usually that hologram portion right there is usually really scratched up in a lot of the ones that I've come across when the film is removed. But this one's actually in really, really great shape. Those are really nice cards. I really like that subset. I don't come across the Masked Marvels too often, but when I do, they often have the film on it. But in this case, that's not the case, but still in great condition. Oh, nice, from Pinnacle, the 94-95 Gamers. These are really sharp cards. I really like these. This is Brandon Shanahan. I feel they kind of did that backwards. Really nice cards. Mostly, pretty much all foil. I wasn't sure about the back until I just took a look there, but it's all foil. Really great shape. There's no chipping, nothing. That's freaking cool. Really nice. And that's the last card of that pack. Went through that relatively quickly. Relatively quick, I should say, I guess. Pack number 2. Troy Brouwer. From Retro Apici. Sergachev. Got a plethora of these Udi portraits. And we're back into some rookie class. These ones look to be in a little bit better, actually way better shape than ones we had on the show previously. Really hard to read the names. It's probably Drew Miller. Yeah, Drew Miller. I'm not going to take a guess on him. That looks like it might be Shrimp. Rob Shrimp, yeah. But yeah, these ones are much better shape. I do believe I have this entire set already. So we're not going to go too crazy over these. That looks like Mueller. Robbie Fabry, Canada rookies from the Hockey Day in Canada set. Mike Connolly. Nice mix of stuff in this pack, eh? Well, I guess in both of them thus far. Mike Connolly hot rookies from Score. Michael Jordan. Another Score rookie there. Chet Picard, another. And there's the gold. I'm going to keep saying, I still think they should have put the whole border gold. Not just that little section. Oh, Curtis Bowen. This is a limited, there's 2 of them actually. And a Valerie Bure. Exclusive limited print run card. Or print card, yeah. So I am missing a couple of these cards. These are basically like inserts from the classic 92 draft pick set. And for those that don't know, Classic is quite literally the name of the company that produced it. So I'm not saying it's a classic card set. Just so you guys know. Yeah, and this was kind of a subset that they had, and I think I only have 2 or 3 of these, so I do not recognize these whatsoever. So these are going to fit well into my collection. Another Score rookie. Okay, and then a retro. I actually like this retro. I think they did a pretty decent job with it. It's just very, very plain. Very plain with that one color in the background and stuff that made it that retro look, right? We all recognize from the old days. Thomas Hurdle, NHL Territories from MVP. This is just a high number card. But I guess it could, like, I mean, to some it's considered an insert. I personally do not see it as an insert because it's part of the base set. That's just how I see it. Brunstrom rookie from Victory. I really, really liked these rookies. Just, I say it half a bazillion times, but I really like how they did. You know, they had the silver at the top, and then it went to the black. It just really stuck out. It was really, really cool. Really cool design. Stars of the game. We've got Alfredson and Statsny. Looks like there's something on there. Just scratch that off. Absolutely. And a Timmy's card. This is just an NHL standouts. These were actually pretty common. Brock Besser. And ending it off with Shea Theodore. Hair to the ice. Or air to the ice. I don't know. I think I pronounced the H. I don't think you're supposed to. It's from 1718 Team Canada. Okay, we're hitting it halfway through now. Halfway through. How about you? Here we go. Oh, and I recognize that face. Is this Clark? Is that Clark? Oh, what's this for? Is it Bobby Clark? Oh my God, how did I stump on that? Seriously? Jeez. Like, I saw the face, I'm like, who is that? I know that name. I know that face. I know that face. So sure enough, yeah. That's from SPA, SP Authentic. Really liked that they brought that design back. That was pretty cool that they did that. Jake Vertanen. Got so many of these 15, 16 OPG Platinum marquee rookies. Ay. Just jabbed myself there in the finger. It looks like we got a nice little chunk of these SP Authentic retro. I think they're retro, like 94 retro insert set. So this is pretty cool. Bringing me back. So we got some Theron Fleury. I want to say that's Arthur's Urbe. Oh, man. As if I remembered that. Okay. And then we got the Premier Prospects. I thought that was, like, for some weird reason, I thought that was 2 cards there. You can't really see the names. It's hard because they just have it literally just, it's in there. Like, I can't even get the camera to focus on it. Like, it's printed right on the foil, but it's like, how are you supposed to read that? Jeez, you can't read that. If you recognize the faces, then you can figure it out. Or their numbers, I suppose. That's Kolzig there. I got 2 of them. Patrick Sharp. That's pretty cool. I gotta love seeing the old Hartford Whalers. Oh, wow. Brings me back. Holy moly. Theron again. And then Rask. Victor Rask. And Le Cavalier right there. NHL All-Stars. Zdeno Chara. From MVP. An insert set. From an Upper Deck set. I kind of bothered me at first. I'm like, why are they putting MVP in with, like, Upper Deck? Just keep it as a separate thing, right? It bothered me for maybe the first couple of years. But then I was like, yeah, whatever. It just didn't bother me after a while. Ben Hutton. And then ending it off with a Vincent Donfus. Okay, here we go. Opening up pack number 5. Is it 5? Or is that 4? I don't know. I lost count. I'm losing count. Oh, Udi portraits. We got Adam Henrique and Parise. Now this set stumped me for a little while because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure about it, right? Like, I was like, is this a subset? Like, what is this? What is this? And then I realized later on, years later, that it was a set all in its own. About the All-Star game in, was that 93, 94, I suppose. And it's not a bad set. It's actually a pretty big set. I want to say it's like 30 or 40, maybe even 50 cards. It's a nice stack. It's got all these classic players. Kissio, got Bure, Solani, Brian Bradley, and Brett Hull. Like, there's all kinds. Like, Gretzky's in there, like Lemieux, like, you know. Great set. Absolutely great set. And it's not that bad either. Like, as far as designs go, it's simple, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So I know I have that, and knowing Pinnacle, I'm pretty sure, knowing Pinnacle, they do have two different variations. Of course, the US and the Canadian. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me just yet on that, but I'm pretty sure that there is. We're just going to leave it at that for now. Jonathan Toes, Cup winners from Timmy's. Looks like a nice little slew of these. John Carlson, and some more of the Pinnacle. We got some Sakic, Tocchet, Kevin Stevens, Duchesne, Sidorkowitz. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen him in forever. Peter Sidorkowitz. Holy moly. And Patrick Roy. Told you, they're great cards. Great players in it. Brock Nelson, hot rookies. This is, what's this like? It's some sort of a Panini thing. I don't remember anymore. You couldn't get these in packs as far as I remember. Justin Schultz, Scott Lawton. Yeah, I think it was a Panini thing. Oh, boy. Peter Bondra back to the Pinnacle. Got a nice chunk of these. Now, this, I do have the whole set of this. The Pro Pointers. Not a fan of this design at all for this card. It just looks way too busy. It looks messy, if I can say as much. Yeah, definitely not a fan of it. And then the back, of course, it has these little tips on different hockey things that, you know, yeah. But I think I do have this entire set. But as I said, like, I'm not a fan of that. It just looks too busy. Yeah, no. That's just my own personal opinion. Cup winners once again with Bergeron. Is it Bergeron that just retired not too long ago? I think so. I think it is Bergeron. Great player. Shane Prince. Now, I remember getting a Shane Prince card. I don't even remember what episode. This was a while. And I'm like, oh, Shane Price? I knew it was Prince, but I said Price. And I caught myself after, like, oh, man. As if I said that. Making myself look like a butt every time I do an episode. And ended it off with Cal Foot. O-Pee-Chee Platinum. Down to the last two packs, my friends. Let's check it out. Trying to move that. I keep hitting it with my fingers. Jack Hughes from O-Pee-Chee. This is the yellow variation. Spencer Knight. You gotta like that die cut. I'm not a huge fan of that specific die cut, but that's pretty cool. It is pretty cool that they brought that back. They had another set in the 90s that had the same die cut as that. So that's pretty neat. Sorkin. SP Rookie Authentics from SP. Mason McTavish, Marquee Rookies Retro. That's not a bad looking card right there. UD Canvas Legends, Stan Mikita is from Timmy's. The Legends. We opened up packs of this on the show. And I didn't go all in with these ones this year. I think I bought probably a little over a box worth, and then I called it a day. And as you can see, that's why. Because I know in the future, I'm thinking back then, I'm like, in the future, I know, especially Scott, I will admit to that. I know that I will get these cards when I buy lots and collections and stuff. And here we are, right? Mario Lemieux record books. Don't think I have that one, actually. Freestyles, Rantanen. I see a ton of these kind of floating around, and I don't think I've ever gotten any. I don't remember ever getting any, so that's my first one of those. Oh, Foodie. Look at that. They brought back that design too. Why are they're going to keep recycling designs? The heck are they doing? Okay, well, I'll take it because I don't have it. Star Rookies, Barry Larkin. It's in baseball, man. Dylan Larkin, Star Rookies, I do have that set. Tyler Bertuzzi, we've gotten him in the past. Parkhurst, NHL Centennial Salutes, Mr. Ovechkin. Oh, another Freestyles from Jared McCann. Very cool, very cool. Jocelyn Larocque. Team Canada Women's from 2022. That's freaking nice. That is freaking cool. That looks like the bronze? The bronze? That's freaking cool. Neat. Okay, my foot is itchy, and I'm trying to scratch it without knocking the camera out of place here. Ehlers, have that one as well. We got a blue marquee rookie. Thomas Harley, rookie authentics from SP. Lucas Raymond Ice Battles MVP. The orange really sticks out. Not sure how I feel about that. It does, because of the dark of the card, it really sticks out. But I don't know, does orange belong on a hockey card? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Darlene, look at that. Gold stockpile. That's the first that I've ever gotten of one of these. That's freaking nice. Very nice. Very nice. Immediate impact from Full Force. Got that little die cut there. Spencer Knight once again. Well, that's going to make it onto the site. I sometimes think maybe people put doubles in there just so I have something to say. I have that moment to do my plug, right? So, of course, over time, whenever I can get to it, I'm such a busy guy. Spencer Knight, being that it is a duplicate, will make it onto the site that you can check out in the description. Go ahead, click away. Prominent Prospects from Parkhurst. That's a freaking nice card right there. Full Force Freshman. That's freaking cool. Ehlers. That is cool. I have a couple of these. I don't have too many of them. People did not want to let these go, but these were pretty freaking cool. That is awesome. Always awesome to see that. And ending it off with Holtz from Holographics. This pile, I feel I keep hitting it, and I can see myself eventually just toppling it over. So I'm just going to move it out of the way. But we don't have much to go, guys. This is going to be a bit of a shortened episode. And then, here we go. And then we will call it an episode. All right. These are a couple of top loaders here to end things off. Look at that. We got Semin, Alexander Semin, out of 1,199 from Topps Pristine. Why isn't the logo on there? Usually they have the Topps Pristine logo on there. Or am I wrong? No, that's Topps Pristine. Don't you be telling me it's not. Look at that. Usually it's in the corner. What the heck's going on here? Oh, it's straight down here. Gee, I'd be blind, and I'm the one wearing glasses. Holy moly. Okay, there it is there. All right. I can see people now. Tim, look at the bottom. Tim, look at the bottom. I'm sitting there. Oh, where's the logo? Where's the... Look down. Look down. All right, there we go. Here we have it. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Shining Stars, the Royal Blue Gretzky. Oh, man, I never thought I'd ever get this. I have I have the majority of this set. Of course, you think I have the Gretzky? No. Well, now I do. This is awesome. Very cool. I actually really like the royal blue variations. I think that's really cool that they did that. That is awesome. Oh, wow. Cam Johnson, the French variation. Young Guns. Jean-Loup. And we got Werenski, Young Guns. Young Guns. And finishing her off with Peter Forsberg. Pardon me. Ran out of breath there. Peter Forsberg game jersey. Oh, wow. Okay, that is not going to be much of a surprise to you guys at all. You guys know, come on. But this is where it might catch you a little bit off guard. This is the runner-up right here. This Gretzky. And it's not, well, I mean, I guess because it's Gretzky. I mean, I guess that could count. But that royal blue, I really like that set. This is probably, as a runner-up, this is probably the one that caught me off guard the most. And I'm sure my reaction gave that away. So, oh, that is the runner-up right there. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Scott. That is freaking cool. That's gonna make it that much easier to finish that set because never expected to get the Gretzky ever. And the card of the episode goes to Ehlers, this full force freshman. This is, what do they call lenticulars, if I'm not mistaken? So, there it be. I don't have to say too much about this one because you can see why I like it. It's really cool. They don't make these too often. That is flippin' awesome. So there it is. Today's card of the episode. So the card of the episode may have been pretty obvious. However, I think many of you probably thought it was going to be that Gretzky. But I have to admit, that was one sick card. That's really cool that I got that. I'm still kind of in shock. I almost thought about actually putting up that Topps Pristine card because I don't see these too often, and they are really nice cards. They've got that shininess to them, and they're really well done. But alas, that didn't make the cut this time around. And I know that today's episode was cut a little short, and I will hope to make up for it on Friday. I do want to thank you very much for joining me on today's episode, and there's still a ton more to come. Remember, collecting does not have to break the bank. So until next time, just keep building that awesome collection. Take care, and we'll see ya.